Hi everyone, my name is Miko Savage, and today I have Rashawn Merchant, a PhD student from Columbia.
My name is Rashawn Merchant, and I'm a second year PhD student at Teachers College, Columbia University. And I'm really excited to be here. I really hope that I can share my experiences as best as I can and really hope, I hope to help you all find your own career paths and successes in your journeys right now. So thank you so much.
And today we're going to be talking about um, beyond your diploma. So we're going to be talking about navigating career choices and going to school, colleges, and things in that matter. Okay, let's get into it. What advice would you give someone who is unsure about what career paths or to pursue after high school or college?
So this is a great question because kind of determining what I wanted to do happened at the very end of high school. Um, when I was entering my college career, starting up at University of Georgia, the first thing I thought about, of course, is like, oh yeah, like what am I gonna do for these next 4 years?
Oh, yeah.
And I just had to really think back on what I enjoyed and liked about school. I knew I was gonna be here. Knew I was gonna be in a position where, I'm studying for 4 years. So I really had to consider like, okay, what are the things that I like the most? And fortunately enough, crazy thing is, the class that I enjoyed the most out of high school, it came at the very end, 12th grade, my senior year, and it was AP Environmental Science. I really just enjoyed how much, it was just a culmination of science classes. And I said to myself, okay, well, if this is the thing that I really found my interest in, let me pursue this. And it really worked out for the best for me. I've been so happy with my decision ever since.
Bring me down, kingdom, bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Kingdom, bring me down. I said,
Yeah, I would say the same for me. Coming out of high school, I knew I didn't really want to go to college, but then COVID happened. So I was like, I enjoy doing business, so I'm going to pursue college. And now I'm deciding on where I'm going to go after college, either go into the work field or get my master's in business administration. So I definitely understand that. How can students access whether further education, college, or starting their career, going straight into, the workforce is how do they decide that is right for them?
Well, it's definitely a personal decision.
Correct.
First and foremost, do not let anyone dictate that decision for you, because if you make a decision based off of someone else, 99 times out of 100, you will not be happy. So, really trust yourself to make that decision and see no matter what, I always encourage people to go to school anyway. Sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you don't need to go to school to do art. You don't need to go to school to do music. But my recommendation is always school, because it just gives you that cushion and it gives you an ability to have mentorship. But like I said, it is a personal decision. So you really do need to evaluate how and in what ways going to college is going to help you evaluate yourself and elevate yourself to be where you want to be in your career path.
Right. I think it's very important to follow your passion and what you think is right and what's best for you when it comes to following your dreams or your career path.
Absolutely.
Right. What role should passion and personal interest play in a career decision versus practical factors like job availability and salary?
Oh, I think passion and interest is everything. I am a big believer in chasing your dreams and not chasing the money, because when you chase your dreams hard enough, the money will always follow. Because when you're doing something that you want to do, you're gonna be the best at it no matter what.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
And I really believe that that'll put yourself in the best position to get money, because at the same time, on the other hand as well, people who do tend to chase solely just like the economic course, you have a lot of people nowadays in the world where, they're rich and unhappy. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, again, we go back to this point of like, evaluate what that means for you, because happiness is a big deal. You know what I mean? Especially we live in an age where mental health is very, very, very rapid and an important topic. So I'm always a strong believer in chasing happiness.
Right. I think you should always put yourself first over a career, over money. You come first. How can young people deal with the pressure of having their career figured out by the time they graduate?
Um, I'm laughing because I'm struggling with this now, of course.
Dang.
And I have a great mentor of mine who always just says his number one thing to say is go with the flow. So, when you go with the flow, you see what happens. Not saying let life happen to you, always take charge, but there are always going to be things that are not in your control, and you have to just do what you can and what is in your means to be able to accomplish.
Wherever the night takes us.
The night's gonna take us there.
Wherever the wind sails our ships.
Yeah, I definitely understand that because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, what career choice is best for me. And I'm in my senior year of college. So, it's like I feel a lot of pressure trying to figure that out. So that's definitely good information. How important are internships and entry-level jobs for someone just starting out?
Well, internships are very important.
Mhm.
You always want to try your best to get a paid internship, but even if the internship is unpaid, I still say go for it because a lot of times, you may end up getting an internship and that will be your pathway to getting an entry-level job or having at least a start in a career.
That's a good point. You've got a good point.
So it's very important to do early.
I agree. Internship, like even if it's unpaid, internships will also like boost like you working in like corporate or wherever you want to work. Like internship will help you build those skills needed.
hmm
How can students find and land those opportunities?
Definitely, especially if you're in school, definitely make connections with your professors because your professors are the ones, if they're teaching the classes, they most likely have experience in those industries. Professors, especially in academic spaces, make a lot of connections.
It's good. It's real good.
So just reach out and ask to them, say, hey, if I'm taking a business major, hey, do you have any recommendations for you? Do you know anyone who may be hiring? Because most likely they'd be one that is best able to help you. So I definitely recommend mentors, finding a mentor, and seeking out your professors to be able to help you with that process.
Yeah, I think professors are great. I know for myself, one day I was just walking on campus and talking to a professor, and right there she offered me an internship.
hmm
I would definitely say professors are often the way to go.
Yeah, they work hard. I mean,
Yeah,
they got to their position for a reason. So it's definitely a good way.
Yo, Teach.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What advice would you give to someone in an internship or entry-level job who feels like they're not learning or giving or gaining valuable experience?
Yeah, that's a great question because internships are sometimes can be a big place where it feels like it's slow, but it should just be a learning experience. That's the point of them. They're not a full-time job, so you're not always gonna have the task or like you're not gonna be busy day to day. But sometimes even like networking or meeting your peers, asking questions about them, because that is still a valuable experience to gain from itself. During my first internship, I still have people that even though I've obviously far exceeded the place where I was previously, but I know that from my first internships, if there's anything I need help with, if there's anyone I want to collaborate with, those are the people that since I was able to make those networks, that I can still reach out to.
Thank you so much for being my friends.
So definitely at least try to skill build as much as you can. But if you really truly feel like you aren't gaining anything from your internship, the best thing you can do is network.
Yeah, network is really important. What are some effective ways to network as a high schooler or even a college student, especially if you don't have much professional experience?
Oh, so I definitely recommend student clubs and organizations. It could be difficult to find a job, but no matter where you go to school at, there will always be an abundant amount of college organizations, and activities for you to participate with. And most likely than not, you can join a professional-based club. Even if you join a social-based club, of course, as humans, we tend to navigate to people that are like-minded and similar to us. So those people in those club organizations may also, be finding their own opportunities. But then also, again, because most likely you'll be joining a club with a group of friends or people who are like-minded as you, if it really comes to it, I mean, y'all can go ahead and start your own thing and, get into the entrepreneurial space, get into the technology spaces, the research spaces, and that's even a greater accomplishment in and of itself.
Yeah, and it also offers like a great space to network in and make the connections.
Yeah, because you need to collaborate.
Yeah, right. How can someone go about finding a mentor, or how can mentors help young people with their career decisions?
Good question.
So definitely back to, just finding people who are like-minded as you. And truthfully, there are a lot of people, especially who have been in those spaces, who want to be able to give back to someone else. So definitely, my professor, who I consider my mentor, Dr. John Williams, he was someone who I saw who came from my hometown and obviously followed a similar path as me. So when reaching out to him, I'm like, okay, I know that this is someone who at least would be, it is worth seeing the chance of him being able to give back and help supporting me. And a lot of times that is the case and what happens.
And don't be afraid to reach out and ask someone for help or, for guidance, because someone's probably going through the same thing as you as well.
Right, absolutely.
What are some emerging industries or career paths that young people should be paying attention to?
Definitely climate change. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but my entire background is in environmental science, and then I'm currently doing research in climate change and climate studies. So,
Roll. Climate change.
First and foremost, I believe is the greatest problem that humanity faces in the 21st century. So because of that, there are a lot of opportunities to help contribute and solve climate change. And one thing that people may not necessarily know is you can connect climate change to any industry, right? So like if you're in business, a growing sector is climate finance. I know a lot of schools and programs that are beginning climate finance majors. You might be an English major. Well, we need people who are able to write and communicate climate stories. Climate fiction is growing huge. You might see tons and tons of entertainment projects like film and movies based around climate. And then also, of course, shout out to all my fellow scientists and researchers.
Shout out to nature.
But if you're interested in the science fields, you're studying biology, you may want to understand how plants or the environment is changing because of climate change. But there's definitely a huge direction and path to grow, and you'll be doing something that's for the greater good of the world. So
Right.
I'm absolutely gonna stand on that every single time.
Like, bro, I love it.
That's great. And lastly, how can students and recent graduates stay ahead of trends and future-proof their careers?
Definitely, I would say this is the importance of doing work while you're in school, because if you're doing the work, studying, if you're gaining internships, club experience, volunteer experience, you will be ahead by the time you get to the point of graduate. Don't actually wait until it's graduation time to then start looking at the job market, because you will be behind. So you need to start as early as possible.
It's good. It is busy, but it's also, really fun and rewarding and nutty, and for me, still very, very fulfilling. It's great.
That's
I love
great.
it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Make as many connections as you can, get as much work experience as you can, and you'll definitely be way ahead of the game.
Yeah, I think definitely putting the work in to get what you need done will help you stay ahead and, be on trend with everything going on.
Right, absolutely.
I just want to thank you for joining us today, Rashawn. It was great talking with you.
Thank you so much, Miko. I really appreciate you having me here.
Thank you.
Definitely happy to help.
Hey Boss Kids Inc. family. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Before you go, we have a small favor to ask that could make a huge difference. As a nonprofit, Boss Kids Inc. relies on the support of generous people like you to keep our mission going strong. Every donation, no matter how small, helps us create more amazing content, empower young leaders, and grow this incredible community. You can find the donation link right below this video. Your support means the world to us. And don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thank you for being a part of the Boss Kids Inc. family. We'll see you next time.